Hey, what's up? I'm sick right now. My house looks like shit. My entire classroom is in my house. Can we see that right there? And these boxes here. And that's not even half of it. The other half is still in my car, packed in the back of my freaking car. I just realized I still have Dutch Bros. Oh my god! Wow. I have a drinking problem. Whoops. I'm like 60% a wreck. And definitely not like have anything in my life together. But we're working on that. We are actively working on that. Alright, I guess first things first is to explain this mess. So I am a host. I'm gonna try to talk without coughing. Oh my god. Hosting a book club, and it's I'm calling it the Mail Order Book Club. And I got this idea off of TikTok. No, Instagram. One of those things. It's freaking amazing. I'm gonna link the video that like inspired me. And hopefully I can like tag that person and they can see it and I don't know, be happy that they inspired a person, I guess. But I think it's gonna be freaking awesome. Okay? Like, it just sounds so cool. So, like, basically, you annotate a book and then you mail it to, like, the next person and they annotate the book and then they mail it to the next person and then they annotate the book and then until you get your book back and it has all these annotations from all these different people in it. Isn't that cool? Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. The book I chose, Darling House. So I am sitting down for my first sit-down session of annotating this book, and I was like, you know what, I'm getting started on this project, and I have not whipped out the camera in years. When I started recording, I didn't just like, record videos on my phone. Like, I invested in starting a YouTube channel. Like, I bought a camera and a microphone and like did the things, paid for the editing software, paid for Epidemic Sound, like did all the things, went hardcore. And then like my student teaching ended and my life got crazy and I had a stroke and like everything was awful. And it's been 2 years. I'm happy to talk about that in another video at another time. But for now I thought, well shit, what better time to whip out the camera and start talking about something than when I'm getting ready to start, this book club thing that I'm doing. So the first step is like putting your tabs on and saying what colors you are. I don't think I want to do it on this page though. Like, I think I want to do it like on this page. It has the most white space. Now I need to figure out what exact colors I want to use, because I know I'm not going to use all of these colors. That would be ridiculous. I really like this one. That color. I also like this one. This one for sure. Oh my gosh. Life's hardest decisions. I'm not used to pens that write this thick. This is writing really thick. I like pens that write thinner. Oh my god, ew. Well, it's pen, so now it's permanent. What do we think? Nice color palette? Maybe? These will get labels when I figure out what they mean. I just, don't know what they mean because I am, not a professional. Amateur book annotator. I hate being outdoors because I feel like something's always touching me. But I like being outdoors because I like the idea of the outdoors. I want to be an outdoors person. I just also don't want to be touched. Hey, I got my camera out. It was off for so long that it reset to factory settings. Writing is hard. Oh my god, I already made a mistake. I should have got finer pens. This might be painful. Dustin wants to mow. My hands are gonna shake because my hands are shaky today. So, with the Roomba running and with Dustin mowing, I figured, let's go for a walk. Can you hear the mowing? Because I can. How far away do I have to get before there's no more mowing sounds? Okay, well, first I guess we can talk about my cough, and why my hands are shaking. So, I have, this awfulness, that is, something that nobody can decide is bronchitis or seasonal allergies. So, been using an inhaler a lot. Inhaler makes my hands shake. So now I have unstable hands. Not that I ever really had stable hands, but they're particularly unstable now. The light is going to keep changing because there's shadows and not shadows, but we got this. It's hard to talk loud with my breathing problems. So, what have I been doing for the past 2 years? Oh my god. Actually, it's been more than 2. So, I'm pretty sure the last time I filmed had to have been 2 years ago, but I don't think I ever posted the footage. I don't think I ever did anything with the footage. I think that I just kind of filmed and, you know, like, didn't ever do anything because, like, I didn't have time to edit. I didn't have time to review footage. I didn't have time. I didn't have time. By the way, I took the videos down from before. I felt like I didn't want the, I don't know, constant reminder of the bad experience that I had. And I felt like keeping those videos on my page would just encourage more people to find my channel and watch those and, like, linger on the negative instead of, like, what I'm doing now. Also, like, you know, I'm just getting started, so I don't have, like, followers or anything like that, but the few comments that I was getting on videos were, like, mainly negative. It was a lot of, yes, education sucks, da 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 da, right? I didn't want that, because it's not how I feel. There's a lot wrong with education, but it's not all bad. I'm fully convinced in the capacity for change, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. If you remember, back then I had trouble finding a job. I got done with my student teaching experience and I, like, got the whole everything with that. Also, like, my student teaching experience. And so then, instead of doing what I, you know, like, thought I was going to be doing, instead of using my degree in deaf education, I ended up just teaching at a school, you know. And it wasn't a random school. It was a school that I had went to as a child and that I was familiar with, and I knew some people there tangentially, I guess you can say. I knew it was a pretty good bet as far as a place to work, right? Here's the catch, though. It was an hour away. And that's like no traffic, perfect conditions, literally an hour, 60 minutes away. Because the world's not perfect, like obviously. My commute wasn't an hour, wasn't even close to an hour. There were days when driving home alone was at least 2 hours. Driving to work would often be an hour and a half. And it was just a bad, like, situation, but it wasn't a bad time, right? Like, I got all the audiobooks read. I pretty much cleared out my TBR, and I didn't hate it. Actually, the drive wasn't that much different from the drive that I had been doing. I had been commuting that far because before I moved in with Dustin, that was where I worked, right? And then I moved in with Dustin and I kept my job there in the other city. And so, like, commuting was something I just was accustomed to. But I wasn't, I was commuting to a part time job and to my college. And I don't know, it just hit differently. And what I really, really noticed was when I was doing my student teaching, because of where I was student teaching at, it was a 20-minute drive. Like, I think that was really what had done it for me. If I had never experienced what it was like to not have a long commute, I don't think I would have ever had a problem with the commute, because it's like really all I know. And so, student teaching, having the short commute, I had extra time. I was able to start the YouTube channel. I was doing recording. I was doing the things. I was video editing. I was, getting stuff posted. And then I lost that because I, lost my time. I ow. I added it up, and it was something like 13 to 14 hours a week that I was commuting. And that's a whole ass part-time job, right? Like, so I was working my full-time job as a teacher, which everybody knows is not 40 hours a week. And on top of that, I was commuting for what essentially equaled a part-time job. And I didn't have time for anything. And, like, I had the illness and I had everything that, like, happened with that. And, got diagnosed with MS and spent time in the hospital and and just, it was kind of like life got in the way, but really, like, I got in the way of myself. The problem was I liked it there. I liked it there a lot. I really liked the team I was working with. I really liked my administrators. I mean, things weren't perfect, right? Like, there was crazy shit that went down. Shit like taking brass knuckles from students. Whereas, like, most teenagers, the biggest problem is trying to take a cell phone from them, Anyway, getting off track again. What am I trying to say? So now I work where I live. My new school that I'm going to work for is walking distance. I can't even comprehend. Like, it's still sinking in, like, the reality that, like, I had to go home and get a new battery. Shoot, where did I leave off at? The reality that, like, I'm going to have all this extra time now. And that, like, I can literally walk to work. When I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to have extra time. But no, I'm not just going to have, like, some extra time. I'm going to have a lot of extra time. I'm going to have enough time to do this again. I'm going to have enough time to, like, actually go to the gym and stuff. I'm going to have enough time to relax and get enough sleep. I'm going to have enough time to, like, do the things I want to do, I have time to get my master's. Like, when you have time, after not having time, the possibilities are, like, endless. And it's so big of a change for me that, like, just can't get over it. Is this camera focusing on everything but my face? I'm pretty sure it is. So, that said, literally my whole entire classroom is in either my living room, dining room, or my car. Hopefully soon, I'll be able to get all that stuff out of there. I still don't, like, have technically, like, a classroom assigned to me yet. Oh my gosh, there's a water puddle. But, like, I know what I'm going to be teaching, I know what grade I'm going to be teaching, and I know, like, generally where. I'm assuming I'm going to be in the, like, classroom of the last person who taught that position, right? Checks out. So, one thing that I'm, like, really excited for is to get into my new classroom and to, like, get it all decorated and stuff and do all the things, because I know that one of the things that I filmed right before I, like, quit filming, geez, was decorating my classroom. But at the time, you know, I was, like, very first decorating my classroom, and I really didn't have much, like, to get started with. I had a few things, but I really didn't have, like, you know, I was a first-year teacher. I had what first-year teachers usually have. Actually, honestly, I think I was lucky enough to have a little bit more than first-year teachers usually have, because I had a little bit of help, but I didn't have much. Now I have considerably more, and so I'm, like, really excited to decorate this new classroom and to, like, fill the space and make it mine and, like, film all that and share that with y'all, because I think that that's gonna make for some great content. Not like this lighting. Very terrible. Maybe it was a bad choice on my part to take a walk. And so, yeah, I mean, it really wasn't that, like, I know I'm ill right now, but, like, it really wasn't like that. My illness with having multiple sclerosis, like, that it really got in the way of me filming or anything like that. I mean, like, when I was actively going through it and getting the diagnosis and everything like that, like, that was pretty overwhelming. But, like, the main thing that stopped me from filming and from, like, being able to post stuff on YouTube was the time that I lost just from having a job that was so far away. Do you think that I'm gonna actually stick to the YouTube thing this time?
You actually what?
Stick to the YouTube thing. You think
There's
I'll...
a higher chance than when you would work, probably, because you have more time.
So much more time.
I mean, you're gaining almost 3 hours of live.
Per day. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good. Whipping out the tripod for the first time in, like, a long time. Let's see if I can get this on here. You know, I'd say that's as good as it's gonna get. Remember that time I said I was trying to get my life back in order? Yeah, we're doing that today. I can't believe I got sick on the last freaking day of school. Like, what is that? It really actually wasn't even the last day of school. Like, the last day of school, I was, like, extra ill. But it was really, like, the whole entire last week of school. Like, the whole week. Like, Monday. It was awful. I've got laundry to do. So, it's probably going to be terrible lighting from this direction. How about we work with the lighting instead of against it? I have a really, really hard time with laundry. But, like, who doesn't? But, like, also, I've got a system. And it's not perfect. But it works well. I was explaining this to somebody the other day, and they thought it was just absolutely freaking magical. And I really thought it was kind of low-key, like, shady. But they said I was a genius, so now I think I'm a genius. But I have this trash can, like just a little, like, like trash can. What I figured out is, well, this all started with the dog eating underwear. I was putting underwear in the trash can because it was like something he couldn't get the underwear out of, right? Like the laundry hamper, can you see this? He was getting them out of there. Obviously, that was problematic. So, trash can solution. But then I found out that when my underwear have their own laundry basket, I don't run out of underwear, and then I don't buy more underwear, and then I don't end up with so much underwear. Do I have a problem? Yes. Does this solve the problem? No. But it is a solution to a greater problem, which is that the laundry don't get done. And anyway, now I just know when the little underwear trash can is full, then I wash that, and I have not had a problem with having to buy more underwear to have clean underwear. Anyway, that was a lot of TMI. But that's only one part of my laundry problem. The other part of my laundry problem is I don't actually wash my clothes unless they're like dirty. Like most of my clothes, most of my clothes are dry clean. Like my closet, my closet is a lot of things like this that like can't be just like thrown in the wash, like delicate fabrics. And I have to do a lot of dry cleaning. So most of the stuff that I wear to work, one, doesn't get dirty, and two, I wouldn't wash it here anyway. So I just hang it back up. My clothes I work out in that actually do get dirty go into a hamper, and thus I have a ridiculous amount of workout clothes because I buy more instead of washing laundry, which is a problem. But long story short, I don't do laundry. Well, it worked out for me pretty well being a student, because I would just, like, when there would be a break, I just wash all my laundry in one, like, big laundry kerfuffle. And now I'm a teacher, and I still have the schedule of a student. So school's out. Well, school's been out, but I've been ill. Ironically timed. I've been ill. I haven't touched my laundry situation. Well, I started it, and then I just didn't do anything with it. So here's my system. Flat baskets are clean. Tall baskets are dirty. And things that up on the floor are most likely dirty, but also unknown. And that's how I'm living my life right now. Let's figure out what is even in the laundry room at this point, because I'm not trying to like even bother with sorting clothes if I'm not going to be able to put them anywhere. Okay. Away from clothes in the dryer. Very strict rule. You have to keep it. Clean clothes, short basket. Dirty clothes, tall basket. That's how you keep it straight. Especially if you're like me and you have no sense of smell. And not because I'm sick, because, like the tism. Is it still spring cleaning if it's the last week of spring? Or is that pre-summer cleaning? Oh god, that's the bad light. I don't want to color correct. Maybe I'll just open the windows. Now it looks darker in here. But if I do this, it looks brighter. Magic. Okay. I just set this camera up right here just so I can move it again. Because, that's how my life works right now. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, at any single freaking moment. Ever. Okay, so I sort my laundry very interestingly. I do blacks and whites, obviously, because, like, that makes sense. But I also do warm colors and cool colors. And I don't know that it makes a difference, but I still do it. Come at me. Could be a waste of my time, or not. I don't know. Another thing is, when I was a teenager, my summer camp counselor taught me how to do laundry. And she told me to always turn my clothes right side out when I'm putting them in the wash. Not because the clothes like really need to be right side out, but it's the best way to find out if you have anything in your pockets, or if you've got like something on your clothes that like you don't need to wash with them, like a sticker. Oh my god! If you wash some clothes with a sticker on them, it's ruined. She also told me to button and zip all of your pants, because it'll make them less likely to snag on things, which makes sense. Dang, I have so many of these. I think it will all fit. I don't know. Maybe it's tight fit. It's a tight fit. That'll do. That entire basket is foldy clothes, and I'd rather do hanging clothes first. You know, I think part of what makes doing laundry so awful is that I can never just, like, do laundry. I have to, like, do it, you know? Like, this is a new shirt. I could just hang it up. But I can't. I have to take the tag out. You know? And then, like, earlier, there's a shirt. It was clean. Could just hang it up, but it had a loose thread. I had to cut it and, you know, like, burn it, the edges so that they're crispy, you know, and why can't I be normal? Ugh. And so, like, this little thing always turns into a whole huge deal. I know I do it to myself, but, like, where in the hell is the off switch? And I can't just, you know, like, cut the tag. I have to cut the stitches of the tag out. Got to do it all the way. No 50%. I blame the tism. Everything is the tism. I wonder if this would be faster with a seat cover. I think that would be nice. Nope, I do not already have it. Okay, I stand corrected. I think the rest of this in this basket is folding clothes. That was a lot of work, and I feel stalled out now, and also I have a blister. My skin is peeling, and picking at that feels like my life's purpose. So I think we need some caffeine. I have forgotten how awkward it is to walk around with this thing when it's like at its full, like, extended height. How to make soft top at home. Oh, snap. We're just gonna have regular Alani, no soft top. You know what the saddest thing about not going up an hour away to work every day is? No more Dutch Bros. I just realized I wasn't filming, and I did talk to the camera, and well, anyway. I feel like this might be excessive, but also might not. I don't know. Looks right to me. All the mustard. All the mayo. This meat is questionable. Alexa said it's 7 days old.
Okay, Takara. On what day?
No,
Cancelled.
it's not slimy. It doesn't smell. I'm gonna use it. This is why I only buy 1/4 pound at a time. And even then, I feel like it's too much. One time I went and I asked for an 1/8 pound, though, and they looked at me like it was fucking nuts. Actually, no. One time I went and asked for ounces, and then they really looked at me like I was nuts. They were like, we do pounds. And I was like, are you dumb? The salami's good, I'm sure. Salami lasts way longer. I'm not a sandwich person. You know, I just... don't love sandwiches like that. I'm gonna get some laundry done. This is the awful part. Oh my god. I really need to find my foldy thing. This is why I can't ever get anything fucking done. Cardboard foldy thing. Can't ever find anything. I need it. Wait, is that it? No, that's not it. Oh yeah, I didn't find that thing. I'm gonna have to make a new one. What is happening? Okay, I've officially given up on finding Ugh. Everything sucks right now. I'm hot and I'm cranky and I can't stop coughing. So I think this is gonna be it for filming for a minute. Also because my memory is almost all gone. So there's that.